on this podcast with a bunch of losing. Shedeur Sanders falls from the first round to the fifth. He was obviously projected to go first round. All he did in Colorado, or some people don't think he did much. I do. Were you okay? Did you agree with him falling from the first all the way to the fifth round? What are your thoughts, Daniel? Let's go ahead and start with you.
At first, I thought it wasn't right because he is a talented quarterback, and I think he should have won the first round. I would have been happy with Miami Dolphins taking him over Tua, and I know Uli, if he was on this podcast right now, he'd completely disagree with me because he thinks that Tua is the greatest and most accurate quarterback of all time. But you could be as accurate as you want, but if you're on the sideline, you ain't completing the pass for nobody. But on the flip side, I agree in the fact that there's a lot of issues and I don't know, just things that take away from the game itself. So I kind of feel and understand the reason why he fell all the way down. If his dad wasn't Deion Sanders, the great FSU QB, I think he wouldn't have that ego that he does, and he would have been a much better, personally, and more mature in his interviews. And I think he would have been better off, and he would have went higher in the draft. As far as his talent is concerned, I think he is an accurate QB. He's got enough athleticism, and I think he would have been a great fit with as a QB for the Miami Dolphins. But I understand why he fell that low in the draft.
You think the drama surrounding him because of his father is what brought him?
Without a doubt, it hurt him. It hurt him.
But to go from first to fifth round, Robert?
Yeah, because if you think about it, if you're a team that needs a quarterback, Dion did say that his team wouldn't just play for anybody. So do you want that drama, that type of like cancer stuff in the locker room where it splits everybody up? So the good teams that have a good starter, the minute the starter struggles, do you want Dion to start, using social media to kind of advocate for his son to start? So he put Shedeur in a very bad situation, and then Shedeur messed it up with the interviews. And I agree with Daniel. If it wasn't for those interviews, he probably would have went up higher. But that mixed with Dion, speaking like that, kind of messed everything up. It's the NFL, so this isn't like the NBA where one player has so much power. On top of the fact, I don't. I agree with. I think she should have been in the second round. But I think the Dolphins need an offensive line if you really want me to. That's why Tua keeps getting hurt. They don't protect. And they refuse to address that.
I think he's Dion's son, bro. Dion had the same type of energy and vibe when he was in the draft. Like the confidence, the confidence. Well, Uli, which by the way, Uli and Anthony are still on the podcast, just gonna join us on the first one back. What Uli said is that just Dion had the extreme talent to back it up. He can say that and still go first round because he was that damn good. Where his son isn't. He's good, but he's not like, I'm gonna talk my shit and still get drafted high because I'm that damn good. And then he had like better quarterbacks. The only one though was Cam Ward. Like I don't agree with him falling back to the fifth round, even with all the drama surrounding him. There wasn't that many, like some of the QBs chosen before him. That was a joke. And I felt like it was more.
So I have a question for you. Where should he have gone?
I just wanted to say real quick. I think I can understand why teams would be hesitant to pick him, regarding like for first round teams, but him not going in the second or third is still insane. There wasn't like a ridiculous amount. There's been NFL players that were drafted like first round, second round that have had way worse controversy surrounding them fresh out of college than what Shedeur had. So I don't think fifth round was very fair for Shedeur. I think he'll do what he can with it still, but I do think it was a bit ridiculous.
I'm gonna tell you why it was. It's the quarterback position. So they're expecting a leader, and Shedeur went into one of those interviews and was making it more about himself than the team. and the fact that he plays quarterback hurt him. If he was playing receiver or corner like his dad, maybe it wouldn't hurt him that much.
I can see that too, because corner receivers are like typically divas, and they have that.
But
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw this out at you guys, right? So, do you want a confident quarterback or one that's not very vocal? I mean, if you really think about it, with Buffalo, did he have an offensive line? And I must say the answer is no, because he found himself having to scramble
Nope.
by the time, still keep his eye downfield. He wasn't a running, literally, he wasn't a running quarterback. Kept his eyes downfield, and he was throwing some dimes.
You can
Hmm.
throw that thing.
But he wasn't. He's not elite. Neither is Cam Ward. And let's just be honest. He would have been if there would have been like JJ McCarthy or some of those guys coming out this year. This year, would Cam Ward have been the first quarterback taken?
Cam was legit.
The,
I,
the quarterback class was not great this year.
hey, I saw Cam Ward live when he played against Louisville, and I saw him on TV when he played against Florida. And let me tell you, that dude was driving some dimes, literally
Daniel,
dropping dimes.
he played Louisville and Florida.
Florida had a decent defense team, bro. No scrubs. Florida all
I
the
don't.
way.
I'm not. I'm not gonna say that Shedeur is like elite. I think there's been actual like elite players that have come out of the draft, but you don't think he should have been a first round, Dad?
No, second round.
Not even towards the end of the first round.
Second round.
Let me ask you this question: was he a
Who was
first
better than
round
him? Who was
talent?
better than him that could have been in the first round?
The
Yes.
class was bad. You got to go on value picks. Like,
He should have
for
been first
example,
round. He going on value picks.
no, I don't think he was a first round pick. For example,
Ward,
I wouldn't have wanted the
Ward were
Cowboys to
the
pick
top
Shador.
quarterbacks.
Huh?
Ward and Sanders were the top two quarterbacks. Pick anybody
I
else who
wouldn't.
was on top of them two.
So okay, if you're the Giants, would you have drafted him third,
No, but I would have taken him in the second round,
second round? Yeah, I'm saying second round.
fifth round. That's a steal.
No, he's a steal. They stole him. I know that, but I'm saying why he fell. I'm telling you why he fell. I thought he was a second round talent. Yeah, and second round is not bad. Jalen Hurts was second round. You know,
Mm-hmm.
It's
but
not bad, but at the end of the day, I feel like you still gotta. I don't know. I feel like he was worth more than the fifth round. I think the
he is
punishment
worth
was a
more than the
bit
fifth
too
round.
severe. The punishment was a bit too severe for the situation. It
I
just
agree.
because it's his dad messing up, and I understand Shador messed up also, so it didn't help any. But like, I feel like they were trying to send more of a message than prevent anything.
So this is what no, I don't think it was a message because the NFL is all about talent. The NFL is not gonna give up. Like Adi said, if that dude was like what's the guy that played for the Colts? Andrew Luck. If it would have been Andrew Luck type talent or the guy last year for the Bears, they still would have picked him number one. That's that's
Well,
But I think
that's
Shador is talented. Like,
he is
he
very.
is, but
yeah,
he's not a top 10 talent.
he didn't
Yeah,
show
He's
you
not.
that because he had a sorry team in Colorado, bro. Like that team was garbage before they got there. Like before Dion and Shador in ¿cómo se llama el receiver slash corner?
gosh,
Like
yeah,
before
yeah.
they got there, though, those dudes had only
Huh?
one. That team had only won one.
Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter. Like for them to go in and to
Yeah.
completely turn that program around, he
Yeah.
deserves more credit.
I did not say he
And to be
wasn't
honest,
talented.
that as an NFL team, if you see what Dion has done to the college teams that he's gone to, his input is clearly valuable. So I don't understand why teams see it as a bad thing that Dion would want to put his input in any team that his son's on, because that can probably help.
Not in the
He knows
NFL.
his son better than anybody else.
I'm not saying he's not talented, but he to me he's not a top 10 pick. To me he's a second round talent. I wouldn't have chosen him over Abdul, the guy from Penn State. I wouldn't have chosen him over Travis Hunter. I wouldn't have gotten him over Cam Ward. Um,
I wouldn't
you
have
know,
chosen him over Travis Hunter either, but I do think he was a at least middle first round.
Okay, let me ask you this question: what's the most important position in football at any level?
quarterback.
Quarterback.
Okay, so you can have a very talented Travis Hunter, but if you ain't got nobody giving a damn ball, guess what? He ain't gonna be able to catch them catches.
At the
It,
That
same time, though,
Cowboys.
I'm gonna go ahead and put it out here. Hill, without Tua on the field, what do you do?
Nothing.
Not a goddamn thing.
And they had a
So
bunch, not just him.
Oh, but you're
Even with
comparing.
Tua on the field, they
But
ain't do nothing.
very talented wide receiver slash cornerback. But if you ain't got nobody giving him the ball, what's he doing?
Even with Tua, they weren't doing nothing. Tyreek Hill was running backwards for the ball, and y'all still haven't won a playoff game since I was born, since
That's what I'm
before I was
saying.
born.
Tua wasn't there. You have to have a quarterback that's able to distribute the ball. And if you don't have a quarterback that's able to distribute the ball, I don't care how good of a receiver you are, your team ain't going nowhere.
then your point is good, but it's not good in this situation because you're talking about NFL type talent versus college.
And okay, let
In
me just add
college,
something.
So
Let me add something real quick.
Travis,
a
I don't
quarterback
think. So
legit that
wait,
gets the ball to the
Daniel,
team. You ain't gonna do nothing.
Daniel. So you're telling me that you would have picked Shedeur over Travis Hunter? Travis Hunter could play two positions.
And guess what's the most important position of all?
Okay, but you're getting
wait,
two picks. You're getting two positions for one pick.
Hear me out. Hear me out. In
question.
basketball,
Answer the question. Then. Would you have drafted
hear me out. Hear me
Shedeur
out.
over Hunter?
In basketball, I'm gonna take a
He's not answering it.
able to control everything over somebody that's gonna be a dominant player like a
The
LeBron
reason why, but the reason why Michael Jordan was lethal was
quarterback
because he could play
over a
offense and
dominant
defense.
receiver. Because if you don't have a quarterback that can actually distribute the ball, you're not gonna have any production. Because
I
guess what?
agree.
That's your heart and soul. It's the QB. Your QB goes out. Guess what's gonna happen? You ain't gonna win enough games
I
unless
I
you
agree.
have.
agree that I agree that the quarterback is the most important position, but at the same time, a Travis Hunter doesn't just fall out the sky.
He's generational.
Shador isn't now. If you like, for example, if it was like a Patrick Mahomes was in this draft type of situation, then okay,
Oh,
that's different. But Shador isn't like he's not a Patrick Mahomes, so I'm not gonna sit here and act like he's above Travis Hunter as far as value goes.
But for him to drop to the fifth round,
I
no,
think
that's
that's ridiculous.
I agree with that.
unacceptable. He should
I
have
agree.
went at least in the second round. Now you have a solid QB that can get the ball to your receivers. Because think
Hmm.
about it. You talk about Cleveland. Now you got a receiver, you got a QB that can actually be a floor general that can actually guide that offense and score points. And Cleveland, it was actually a steal for them to pick him up in the fifth round. I wish Miami would have picked him up.
Well, Miami would have made sense. Cleveland's draft was terrible. That pick made no sense. They
Well,
picked they picked a
it,
quarterback in like the
Okay,
second round.
it's a knock on Miami because Miami did pick him. They ended up picking up who they ended up picking up the QB from Texas.
He's pretty good. I seen him play.
Bro, no, no. I'm taking Sam over that dude all day, every day.